So yeah, spiritual awakening. That's what got me started on maybe trying to post some videos about it. Where I'm at now is lost my parents last year, and that was a very difficult time. I've been through a lot of difficult times. I'm not sure what was the worst. I think it was a tie between losing both my parents within a month and losing my second husband. Yeah, they were awful, and wouldn't wish it upon anybody, nobody. And anyhow, any of you that have been caregivers, any of you who've lost somebody close to you, I feel for you. I feel for you. It's so hard. I mean, my heart goes out to you. There's just so many emotions and feelings and mood swings. You know, just trying to stay kind to myself. I mean, I don't say a lot of hateful things in general, but I do have these moments where I just want to be alone. And then I question myself about wanting to be alone. I mean, the soul wants what it wants. I shouldn't judge my soul, right? I shouldn't be judging anything, especially myself. But I've been the worst judge of myself throughout my entire life. Yeah. You wouldn't say that to somebody else. Why are you saying that to yourself? I mean, right? I mean, a lot of us do it, and we don't even know we're doing it. And it takes a lot of slowing down and a lot of just processing and being very mindful of what you're saying to yourself for a long time. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of digging into your, I guess what they call your shadow self, to get better. It could take therapy. For me, it's been therapy. It's been quitting drinking. It's been trying to learn to talk better to myself. And I'm still learning. I've been on antidepressants. I'm trying to come down off of them. You know, you got to taper down. You can't just quit your antidepressants, people. Don't do that. Especially citalopram. Do not do that. Right now, I'm stuck on my last bit of citalopram, and I'm probably going to stay on it for a while because there's going to be a lot of changes going on, and I don't want to be any weirder than I already am through it. So, yeah. So I got my 10 milligrams of citalopram and my 150 milligrams of Wellbutrin. I'm going to talk to my psychiatrist next week, and hopefully she won't yell at me. But yeah, please, whenever you're doing anything like this, you know, talk to your doctor. You know, I mean, I told her I was going to start doing it, and she gave me some guidelines, but I'm not sure if she would have liked the way I dropped it down, and I'm hoping it doesn't mess with me later. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so getting back to the subject. I don't know. You guys feel free to say, yeah, tell me what you've been through. You know, I mean, I've always had an interest in things that are mysterious, things that can't be explained. But then I also had a Christian upbringing that kind of made me not question those things. So it was very conflicting to me, and I was going through a lot of that in my 20s, and my kids got to see a lot of that back and forth. I do have 4 kids. They're all in their 20s, and they're on the hamster wheel, and I'm watching these kids on the hamster wheel, and the hamster wheel is different than it was when I was in my 20s. I really feel for these kids. You know, it's like they don't have time to just sit down and figure things out. And ironically, here I am. I'm at a time where, you know, I don't have anybody that I have to take care of now. I can focus on myself. So I do have somebody I have to take care of. I can focus on myself and my husband and my dog, but mostly me. Yeah, I mean, I think I've been on a hamster wheel for a very long time. So we're getting ready to move to northern Maine, and I've lived in Maryland my entire life, basically within the same 50-mile radius, give or take. And, you know, Delaware, Maryland, I'm closer to the Delaware part. and I've never lived anywhere else. And I haven't gone a whole lot of places. My current husband takes me a lot of places, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah, I'm getting to go to more places. I mean, I can go do things now that I couldn't do before. I'm not restricted in ways I have been in the past, and I want to take full advantage of that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm living. And I'm going to see what that's about, and I don't know, see who I can help on the way, because I've always wanted to help people. And going back to codependency, that also kind of like, you know, you can have like these good qualities and they can go in different directions. You know, you can be somebody who wants to help other people, but then they do it to the point where they have nothing left. So that's a balance I've had to find. You know, I think when I was younger, it was more like a need to be needed. And now it's more like a desire to be helpful. But first me. First make sure I'm in the condition to be able to help the other people without doing damage to myself and bashing myself in some sort of way. And yeah, I've been through I'm on marriage number 4. Yeah. First marriage was abusive, mostly mentally. I kept staying and staying and staying. I stayed for 19 years. I kept leaving and coming back towards the end. But, you know, sometimes you try and try and try and, you know, nothing changes. And then you end up changing in a way that you don't like in order to accommodate that. And that's not good either. Second marriage, he passed away. And it was due to pneumonia and influenza A. It was a combination, and he was amazing. And I still miss him so much, even though I've moved forward. I was 41 when he passed, and I had a rough time after that. I made some really crappy decisions. I started utilizing alcohol as a coping mechanism on a regular basis, and it was killing me. And I was with a guy who also loved alcohol. And if I had stayed in that marriage, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I'd be gone. So I got out of that marriage. And my current husband, he was there all along. He's a friend that became more. And he's amazing. So I've been blessed with 2 wonderful guys in my life. And anybody out there who's doesn't have anyone, just take care of you. Take care of you, and the rest. Either you just are happy with yourself in general, or maybe somebody else comes in that's the right person and you know it. But it does get better. Just keep working on yourself. Be nice to yourself. And that involves all the thoughts that you're thinking. Every silly thought. Even, oh, I gotta stop. Like me right now. I'm doing it now. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm pausing too much. I'm not finding my words. I can't articulate myself correctly. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know where that's coming from, but I need to tell myself, no, cut that out. That's ego, actually, from what I'm learning about the whole spiritual thing. My ego likes to give me a hard time. Yeah. So yeah, as far as I can tell, the ego, you know, I don't know if I'm ready to try to put forth my definitions of these things yet. But there's a lot of good videos about these things, and I do recommend Christina Lopes. She's amazing, and I've read her books. And there's a couple of Victor Otto is another one that I like. I'm also currently listening to Eckhart Tolle's book called The Power of Now, which is amazing. It really gives you perspective on what, if any, control you have over anything. It's like the now and your choices. That's it. You don't have much control. You have free will. I hope I'm making some sense here. Anyway. So, since I had my awakening, and I want to say it's probably been happening in little spots my whole life. I think I've just been holding it back and thinking it was wrong, thinking that was my ego, like, gotta believe in something else, something bigger, something unexplainable, and there are ways that my spiritual walk, when it comes to Christianity, has helped in that. But I've had to kind of take what I've gotten from these experiences and kind of restructure them into what my own soul can resonate with. And I hope that makes sense. I just kept waking up in the middle of the night after my mom passed away, just with all these ideas and all these mind-blowing epiphanies about life and what it's all about. And I had no words for any of it. I was trying to write it all down, and I'd sit there, or I'd try to do a video of it. I just had all these epiphanies, and then nothing would come out. What the heck? What is this? I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know if you all ever saw the Show Me the Money movie. Yeah. Jerry Maguire, where he's up all night. He has this idea about this company, and he's up all night, and he's writing this big thing, and everybody's all clapping at him and excited about what he's come up with, and all of a sudden he's fired. But then ultimately he ends up being okay. He keeps trying to find the right people come into his life and help him accomplish. And he had to deal with his own demons. And that, from what I remember from the movie anyway, please, forgive me if I'm wrong in this general explanation of Jerry Maguire. But yeah, so it's kind of like that guy. I couldn't sleep. I wanted to tell other people about it. And I'm like, no, you're going to freak people out. No, you got to process this. And, they'll say to you, okay, don't worry about what other people think. And I've done that my whole life. My whole life I've worried about what other people thought. I still do. I'm doing it now. You can't worry about what other people think, but then you need to kind of see things from their perspective so you don't overwhelm them with what you're dealing with. So you're better off trying to process what's going on within yourself and a very trusted friend or a therapist or somebody that you trust, or even just writing it all out. Or I've been utilizing an AI journal, and some people are like, oh, technology. No, I really think there is going to be a future where science and humans kind of intertwine in some sort of way, but I don't think it's going to be in the way that we think, like Terminator or a Space Odyssey, like HAL. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I think it's just going to be, it's something that's hard to describe, but I feel good about the future and where we're going, even though it seems like hell now. Okay, it is hell now. It's hell. This is, yeah. And I'm in I'm in a stable place in my life, and I'm thankful that I'm in a stable place in my life right now with all that's going on. I mean, I don't know how some of these people are dealing with it. I mean, there's going to be some strong people coming out of this. Everybody that comes out the other end of this, you know, they're going to be some strong people. And I think it's all going to be all right. But it's a crazy world we're living in. And everything's moving so fast. And I think a lot of people are waking up about what's really important in life. And trying to really find some answers. So, I guess I'm one of those people. Anyway, those are my musings. I don't know if I got to any real points, but you know, if you're going through an awakening, just keep learning. You know, when you can and when you're able, try to pick up, you know, a little more knowledge about it from trusted sources, and start meditating. I know it's annoying. I know the last thing you want to do is sit there and do nothing, but it does help, and it does help bring up what's really important, you know, what you need to work with and let go of, and any next steps you might need to take. It does help open that. It helps God or whoever, source, our creator. It helps higher self. It helps us to know. It gives space for us to know what we might have to do next. You know, you ever had this little voice tell you, you know, you better leave that there for somebody, or I don't know. I'm trying to come up with an example. Like I went to the store and I thought we had plenty of bread, and some little voice inside of me said, "You need to get bread." Well, little did I know my husband had used like a lot more bread, and I probably should have gotten bread. But if I had listened to my little voice, I mean, that's kind of like, you know, the little voice, the voice that just seems like this little, you know, suggestion of something. I'm finding that is kind of my more intuitive voice, but there's a whole lot of crap in the way that I have to unpack and rearrange and get rid of the things that don't serve me. I mean, all these things that I've heard spiritual people say over the years are starting to make sense for me now. Yeah, I don't know. How you guys feeling about this? I mean, I hope I'm not the only one. I hope I find some people on here that can relate. And, maybe even give me some suggestions. I did meet with a spiritual advisor today, or for an intuitive session. I don't know all the wordings of all this stuff. I don't know if there are any official wordings for all these things, but she told me that I needed to write, and I know I need to write more. I don't know if I should be recording. I probably need to be writing, but here I am. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to post this or not, but just a matter of helping me process some things. And I appreciate whoever's listening. All right, ta-ta for now.